I am.
Now that my head has cleared up a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit more perceptive. Can I just look around the crowds? See anyone suspicious?
Roll your general perception.
It's a fat 7.
You see a mirror.
See a bunch of people running around. Some people walking around. Some people jumping around. More people walking around.
Are you okay though? I mean, you just seem to be looking at people doing stuff.
Staying vigilant, Margaret. Staying vigilant.
Nagrax will lower his voice and he'll say, whilst we're out here, what time of day is it actually doing? Is it getting to evening?
You'd assume that it's probably around about, let's say, 2 or 3-ish.
2 or 3-ish. Oh, so it is afternoon.
Yes.
Okay, everyone else is lying to us. Anyway, Nagrax will lower his voice and say, to be honest with you, part of the reason I wanted to get this hat is I think Flint needs to get this personal matter of his investigated. But it would probably be better if he didn't look exactly like himself when he goes. With that, Nagrax will hold out the fez to Flint.
What do you expect me to do exactly now, Grax?
Oh, sorry, I probably didn't really have a chance to explain. When you wear this, and you'll probably have to adapt to it for about 15 to 20 minutes or so. But once you do so, you should be able to assume a different form. I was thinking that if you were to go to somebody about this problem you have, it might be better if you don't look exactly as you are now. Just in case that the clergy have been swayed by our death, as it would seem most have.
Who exactly do you think I should go to see?
Nagrax thinks for a moment, and Doom, I don't think I actually went inside that temple to Helm, did I? I just was at the statues outside, right?
Yep.
Okay. Nagrax, considering that's the only church he knows, will probably recommend that we go to there. So,
I appreciate you proceed to go, sir.
yeah, unless anyone else has any objections. Actually, before we do, I'd say to Flint, we may want to stop back at the guild hall just so you can better adapt to that item before we head out in public. It may be best if we don't walk exactly with you. We should probably trail you. Nagrax gives Flint directions to the shrine, and if Simeon and Finian don't object, we'll probably follow maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds behind Flint after he exits the guild hall. Like, assuming he takes a disguise, and then just make sure that he doesn't get into any trouble.
If I can specify, I'd like to take on the form of a high elf.
Okie dokie. That's completely within the spell.
What was the those message rocks we bought? What was the range on those? I'll put it in the notes on it right now. I didn't.
Nagrax, did you put it in the notes?
If you give me a moment, I will have.
I'm gonna say it was probably 100 foot. That could be wrong.
Oh no, I mean if it was 100 foot, that would be. No, I didn't put it in. I remember when we were kind of in the market district, you said it would work from where the shrine was. I don't remember exactly what you said the range was. Maybe a mile?
Let's say 100 foot. But,
I mean, 100 foot
no.
is...
Oh, a mile would have been the other ones, the better ones, probably.
I think
the ones that you got with the lesser versions.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you did say that it would, in the purposes for what I was doing, that it would work. But if you want to retcon that to be 100 foot, then that's fine. I don't have anything written down.
Much shorter than that.
I don't have it written down, so it's up to you.
Hammer, quick. Run over to the other episode. Find me the clip.
Hemi will most likely be asleep by now.
She'll see this in a few weeks, probably.
And then correct us.
Yeah. I mean, that and probably many other things.
Are we generous and say 200 foot?
I'll actually put that in the notes now.
Definitely not
Just...
a mile.
Yeah,
I actually think you said something like 200 feet before.
Yeah, okay.
I honestly don't remember. My bad for not writing it down.
Yeah, it's mine as well, so I'll put that in the notes now, though. Okay. So with that, we're heading down to that chapel to hell.
Okay.
Oh, the hand axe requires attunement. Did you tell me that? And I just ignored you.
Nope, I didn't tell you that.
Oh, D&D Beyond's telling me that. Okay, help. I guess I will.
I just mentioned that it was cursed.
Doom, can I
And
just...
you took the curse off.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you know those gauntlets? Did you, whatever you did at the thingy, did you just basically automatically tune those to me?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
I guess I'll attune to my hand axe then in the meantime.
So obviously Flint would need to attune to the hat, but okay. So he heads out. Rest of us follow maybe about 30 to 45 seconds behind.
Okay.
Also on the way there, Doom, Nigrex would like to just see if anyone is either paying attention to us or is following Flint.
Roll perception. Oh, I wasn't looking at Twitch chats with the other one.
Yeah, it's that's not
Okay.
gonna get me anything.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, I'll let you roll one as well. Maybe you really see anything.
Okay, we just continue trailing at a safe distance then.
Flint starts to approach the main church. There are a handful of people outside of it, just standing around talking. To the left-hand side from the little area is a group of statues.
Well, I'm just checking up on my own backstory here that I told you. Because I can totally remember it off the top of my head. Can I see any statues to Azuf around?
Just get a visual up. How do you spell it?
Azuth. The symbol is a left hand pointing upwards, outlined in fire.
Mixed in amongst your statues, you can see an old man holding basically two flaming hands.
I'd like to go up to the statue and offer a silent prayer.
Okie dokie. You go and do so.
I know I've not been the most devout of followers, but please help rid me of this demon. If you want to know what the prayer was.
You don't get any response.
I mumble quietly to myself as I stand up, like expecting nothing less.
One of the people from the front of the church walks over to you and stands just beside you while you were praying.
Oh.
Ah, you are a follower of Azuf, are you?
Yes, god of wizards. High elves are very in tune with magic, you know.
Ah, yes, of course. It's an older human. Personally, I've always been much more fond of Helm. Though he is a protector. Doesn't have much for selfish desires.
Is there a statue nearby I could pray to? I could use with some protection right now.
The little church behind me has a statue of him in it. It's a little shrine specifically made for him. There aren't that many of us who follow Helm here, but there are a few.
Well, thank you, sir. I'll head over to the very pointed.
He nods. As you start to head over towards the little church area, there are several different groups of people talking in front of it. A couple of them see you coming, they nod and smile towards you, holding out a hand which has an eye drawn on the centre of it, on each of them. Do you walk past, or...?
I do.
You walk past, and you walk into the church. It's not particularly big. You'd probably say if you were looking at how many people it could seat, you're probably looking at about 30 people could fit inside of it total. There's a statue at the end of it with a small podium in front of it. The statue is about, I'll say, 10 feet tall. It's of a man holding a hammer, holding up his other hand, palm open with an eye on the centre of it.
So I can see why Nargrex suggested you.
An elderly man approaches you from the side. Oh, hello there. How are you, my boy? Are you coming seeking the faith and protection of Helm?
Yes, there's something quite disturbing bothering me. I'd like to ask for protection.
Oh, yes. Well, you can sit or kneel and pray all you wish. If there's anything mortal that any of us can help with, I'm a bit of a cleric myself. I could see if I could assist you.
Yes, I shall let you know.
Oh, good. With that, he shuffles towards the back of the church and sits down reading a book.
I'd like to go to the statue. But Helm, I know I'm not a follower of you, but a demon plagues my nightmares. Please offer me protection against this thing.
You don't sense anything. You see the eyes of the statue looking down on you.
Just like get up and sigh. Kind of what Flint expected. Knew this was a waste of time.
And what do you do?
I'll go over to the old man.
He looks up from his book. Oh yes. Hello there again.
Here at Typhia Church, I offer him 50 silver.
Oh, thank you very kindly.
And then I'll leave.
Okie dokie. You make your way out the door again. People greet you, nodding, holding up the palm with the eye on it.
Yes.
Doom, just to clarify, if I see Flint approaching us, I will instruct the group to kind of just move away, just to kind of like let him walk past us, just so we're not seen together.
Okie dokie.
Nigrex would like to go into the chapel as well, if you don't mind.
You saunter into the chapel again. As you're walking in, you are greeted by different people there, nodding, holding the palm open to you, showing the eye.
And that is like, so that's a symbol of Helm,
the
yeah.
church.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a symbol of Helm.
Yeah, Nigrex, being a follower of Helm, will reciprocate the gesture.
Just without the eye in the hand.
Yeah. So the Nigrex will go and pray to the statue of Helm himself.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, were you going to say
in particular?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say something, that's why I stopped. No, Nigrax will... this will kind of like be in his head, he'll just think... It's been quite some time since I prayed to you, but... I could use... Well, sorry. Me and my friends could use your help about now. A great evil is plaguing this land, and... seems to have gotten its claws into one of my friends. I'm not sure if there is much you can do, but if there's any aid you can provide, I would greatly appreciate and be in your debt. That's all Nigrax will say.
Make a wisdom save. Okay.
Okay.
You suddenly feel yourself pulled down into a darkness. You see everything suddenly around you darken off quickly. And you see a violet light again in the distance. And just as you're pulled down, you suddenly snap straight back to here and now.
What was that?
You hear an echo of a whisper.
What?
That's all you hear.
Sorry, I didn't know if you said anything else or that cut out.
Bruh, is all you heard.
Sorry, what did you say, Dim?
Oh. Bruh.
Right.
Yes.
Right, okay, I couldn't tell if that was just you. Bruh. Yeah. It's such a... Bruh, you're not getting in the way of this plot. Okay. Nigrax breaks into a cold sweat, kind of revisiting this dream in reality for just a moment, although after a few seconds he looks up at the statue of Helm and squints his eyes a bit and just thinks to himself, what is happening in this place? Not expecting an answer, mind you, just thinking it to himself. He'll go and sit on one of the pews for a moment, just waiting to see if anyone comes over.
You do so, the old man that's spoken to Flint comes over to you and sits down beside you. You seem troubled, my son.
Seems that there's a lot of unrest recently. I'm quite new to Kron, but I've seen this town change much in the short time that I've been here.
Yes, I've seen it several times, sadly. There's not much that we can honestly do. Most of our followers are old men. Long since had the fights drawn out of us.
I'm sure if
All
you
we can do is hope and pray to Helm that he will guide and protect us, and those who are worthy.
Yes, indeed. Considering what's going on at the moment, this question might sound a bit strange, but I have a friend who I believe he may have been afflicted in some way by a malign influence. I want to help him, but I'm not sure how.
Would honestly depend on what this influence is. Are we talking something physical or metaphysical?
Metaphysical. I used my magic to detect whether there was something, I suppose, demonic or fey, something. I mean, obviously, our magics aren't always accurate, but he's a good person. I could sense that, but there's a second influence dwelling inside of him. I tried applying holy water, but I suppose that was wishful thinking on my part. I don't want to see it.
Is a common exorcism trick, but sadly it doesn't often work.
Is there any advice that you could offer? Or anyone who may be able to help?
The Prophet Velen may be of help.
Velen, you say?
Yes. Or if beyond him, there is the Prophets of Eldath.
I see.
They're about the only ones who I know of who performed any form of great miracle in recent decades.
Much to consider. Well,
Yes. I can't say I approve of the undertakings, but they certainly have the numbers. It certainly seems the gods listen.
fate has quite the sense of humor, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. He opens up his book and begins reading beside you.
Nagrax will just place 50 silver pieces on the pew beside him and just say, "For your time. Thank you for your help."
Thank you. Seems to have been a good day today.
Hopefully there may be more in our future, but for now,
Indeed.
we must wait.
May Helm guide you.
And you, friend.
With a nod, he goes back to his book.
Okay, Nagrax will come out of the chapel. He'll go back towards Simeon and Finian, who I presume are together. I don't know if Flint went back to the guild or whether he's kind of just waiting up the road for us.
I guess this whole time I've been outside playing dice with Finian, trying to lure him into a game of, I don't know, liar's dice.
He'll took you up on it. I'll say you beat Finian.
Maybe in the future, friend. Much more experience than you. I can spot a lie a mile away. Oh, Nagrax, you return.
Why do I always have one that's got 2 pips? Every roll.
It's just a look at the draw. You'll get better, I promise.
So... Okay, so Nagrax will speak to Simeon and Finian. I'm not sure if Flint had any luck or if he managed to be examined in any way, but I had a conversation with one of the priests there, one of the faith to another. Obviously, I didn't mention Flint's name, but you're going to love this. Apparently, Velen and Eldath are the only ones who would have a chance at helping him.
The Prophets of Eldath.
Sorry, I meant to say Prophet of Eldath.
Okay.
Of course.
It would...
Fate is not without a sense of humor.
Funny enough, I said the exact same thing.
So, we catch Velen, force him into this exorcism. That'll work, right? Share a wry smile with everyone.
Yes. Yes, it's our best hope.
I guess in that case, we keep an eye on him.
He was out of town, last I heard, so...
I meant Flint.
Oh, sorry. I don't know if Flint was there. Oh, okay. In that case, Nagrax will say, yes, I suppose all we can do is wait, but... It's odd. We're both having odd dreams. When I was in the chapel, I saw a vision of my own dream. Nagrax thinking this actually, Doom is going to cast Detect Good and Evil on himself.
Can you cast that on yourself?
Find yourself possessed by a demon too?
I can't take any chances.
What about you, Finian? The demons in your dreams?
Only those in my family. Thank you for the spell.
Oh, sorry, Doom.
Yeah. Thanks. When you cast it, you start to instead focus more in on yourself rather than the space around you.
Yeah.
As you do so, you sense something but nothing. You sense something bubbling beneath the surface. Nothing more, nothing specific.
Okay, if it's something specific, Nagrax will just think to himself, and this is kind of internally. I suppose I have been walking a line recently. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, but nothing really conclusive to go on for the moment, so I suppose I just wait. And with that, Nagrax will just say to Simeon and Finian, everything seems to be okay for the time being. But I'll keep checking.
Well, do let us know. Be nice to know if there's more evil among us. In all jokes aside.
Rest assured, Simeon, if there is anything else, I will let you know. I've learned my lesson from before.
I have come to consider Flint a friend, as I'm sure you do you all, but what do we do if this demon becomes out of control?
Pinion thinks for a second. Prisons have cells which can deplete magic. Would it be possible we could find manning? He can't have magic, he can't cast spells.
I think detaining Flint would be our priority, if the worst were to happen. He's a good man, and like many people in this town, and us included, they don't deserve the hand that fate has dealt us. We've saved each other's lives more than once, and I would say that we would be remiss if we didn't do everything we could to ensure the longevity of his life, as I'm sure that both of you would do for me, and I would do for you.
Yes, of course.
Us.
I would not like to have to put him down.
Nagrax will put a hand on your shoulder as you say that, as said, "Come now, Simeon. You're starting to sound like me. We can't have that. We'll find a way out of this."
You found a sense of humor after all.
It's a work in progress. Watching you assemble that table this morning helped quite a bit.
It was amazing how you managed to shatter the portrait of the table completely beyond repair.
No, I think I preferred it back when he was oblivious. And I'll just get up and walk off.
Well, come.
Find me in the outside area of the nearest bar if you go looking for me.
What in that case? Are you still disguised, Flint?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, if Nagrax sees you, he'll motion the others to walk to the other side of the street, just so we're not going right next to you. But as Nagrax passes, he'll kind of just like lilt his head in the direction of the guild hall and just keep walking. Up to you two if you want to kind of break off from me and follow him from behind.
Yeah, I'll let you walk ahead.